Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio and to a sneaky peeky or a good peek into my newest or latest journal. This one is, majority of everything is from Chapter 1 papers and a little bit of goodies from Sam Poole. So anyway, I thought I'd go over this journal with you. I've been working on it. You guys have seen me do a lot of ephemera. So I think I'm going to have to probably stand up for most of it just because she is a big girl. I've got 2 different ribbons to keep her closed. I've added some pretty dangles on the top. These goodies came from my sister's shop, which is Creative Lefty. And then this little goodie, I don't know where I got this from. It's just was in my stash. And it reminded me of, when ladies, they would pin their watch onto the lapel of their dress. And that's what this reminded me of, something you would pin onto her, and she would look at it to see what time it was. And then, you know, we have the edges, and we have the pretty filigree everywhere, you know, lace, and then the back. So I did put corners on here because she's such a big girl. I wanted to protect the inside of the journal, and I felt that's the best way we could do it. So this is all Chapter 1 papers, and then this is just a cutout that I did with my Big Shot. That's a Tim Holtz frame. So I'm not going to go over every single thing. I'm just going to show you what's in here. I have 2 little gifts that'll go with it. One is one of the document holders that I made from Rachel's Roxy Creation Rachel's Weekly Challenge. And you have a lot of goodies that you can add to your journal or just use separately or just have for fun, you know, whatever you want to do. So it's thoroughly decorated up, as you could see, to match our journal. And then it's tied with a piece of vintage twine, macrame twine. And then it has a writing board. This side you can write on. Because this is a big girl, she is going to need a writing board. This is a soft one. It's not a big heavy one. It's just a little writing board, and I tested it out, and it works very well for this. So, and it goes with the theme. So I wanted to, and this is made from one of my big giant 12 by 12 master boards. So those are my gifts to the person who purchases this journal. It is for sale. If anyone's interested, please let me know. You can get a hold of me on Facebook, Etsy, or Instagram. So I put this little lace tie on it to give, so this wouldn't take such a strain. I did add eyelets because I felt like we absolutely had to have it. And then we have lace on all the edges, as you can see, and she is a big girl. Now watch what happens when I untie her. She's got double ties here because I really felt like, oh man, look at, she is a big girl. There are 100 writing surfaces. So there are 25 pages, times 4 is 100. But the 25 pages plus, because I didn't count some of the itty bitty things, you know, like I didn't count that or that, you know, I didn't count any of those. So there's more than 25 pages in here. I'm going to try to sit down because I'm so far away. I'm going to try to keep this in camera. I'm so far away, I can't really see what's in the book. So, and pulling it up, you've seen most everything. If you have a question about something you see in here, I have a video for it, I'm sure, you know, because I made videos for everything. So, I do have lace and there's 3 different laces here. And then we have tall tags that I made. I won't go over everything. I'm going to need some extra glue right there. Okay. This is the time we go over everything and we see what needs maybe a little bit of this or a little bit of that, you know, and I may just fix it up while we're looking at this journal. It's a really fun one. She's a big girl. Whoever gets her has 100 pages to write on, plus all of the tags and the journaling cards and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So there's a lot that you have to write on, you know. Obviously not these, but if you wanted or needed it, you could write on this. This one you would have to put, this is the Roxy's, Rachel's Italian paper, book page, antique. All right. I did add a tag for This Book Belongs To and lots of pretty lace. most everything is vintage when it comes to laces or antique, okay? And then we have the antique book pages, Italian. I have one of the lovely envelopes I made. I showed you in one of our last videos. It's on paper clips there. And it has a paper in it that you can write on. And it all goes along the theme with fashion or fashionable European. So it's all French or Italian. And so there'll be papers in each of these envelopes. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every envelope. I'm just going to, I have that paper clipped on there. Let me just move that back on there. I'm going to put it back on because I don't want to pull everything out and then have to figure out where everything goes. All right, so we've gone over a lot of this. Now, one thing I will tell you is that on a good amount of the pages are either hand stenciled or they're stamped. So, you know, and this is my rose stamp. That is my, what do you want to call it? My signature move. Goes in all of my journals. I put a rose in all my journals. So, my big writing journals, maybe not some of my smaller little projects, but all the journals get them. This is vintage music paper. And we have a card. You guys saw me make these. And there's little goodies. It's decorated up along the side. Chapter 1 papers. These are her things from her washi tapes. And then papers from my, if you need to know anything, let me know. But this one came from me. So it's either from me, her, or a sample. I'll let you know if it's a sample thing. So we did add a belly band here, and I have all kinds of yummy. Oh, I do have bits. Excuse me. The other person, all of the female images come from Rachel at Roxy Creations. So mostly. So, you know, we have space. We have page. This is Triple V vintage. So, and then these are our tall tags. I did decide to leave them plain so that whoever gets them can write on them or decorate them to their heart's content. I did put them in as a double pocket, and I've created a card that I stamped with Lorna Taylor's Tailor-Made Journals, one of her stamps. And so you have those in there. They're all the fashion theme. And you could see here, this is an envelope that is vintage and has been coffee dyed, and it's been decorated on both sides. And then it is filled with a page from Rachel's kit, and also a page from, well, this is also one of Rachel's. But you have, you know, some fun stuff to look at. That one you wouldn't write on. It's just mainly in there for the fun of it. So we have those. Oops, let me put that back in there correctly. Okay. And then we have some vintage ledger paper that I've made into little pockets, and they're decorated. And then you have little goodies inside. Again, another stamped image. And another page. And you see, you have my little roses. And then here's another one of our tall envelopes. It's got this Tiffany stamp. Use that. Again, it has a tall tag. Now, some of these tags will check them. Some are single and some are doubles that you can open up and write on. Boy, you have a lot of writing space. If you're having a day and you really don't want anybody to really see it, it's a great place to write. And, you know, I see a loose edge. I was showing my husband, and we couldn't find that, and I noticed it, and I said, oh, I forgot to, you know, glue that. And I was showing off my book to him, and forgot we couldn't find the page where it was loose. So we went back. We're like, where did it go? We couldn't find it. So there we go. Of course, I found it. Oh, I love the brown ink on the rose paper, on the blue paper. Isn't that pretty? I think it's just lovely. And what I did is I moved the stencil, oops, I moved the stencil all around on the page to get, you know, to make pretty designs. And then I have goodies here. I have goodies on all of the, everything's been inked. Made that pocket. Did a little bit of stamping on some book page, antique book page. And then we made that card, another journaling tag. And decorated up the page a little bit. And we have another one of these fold-out pages. It's got one of my roses. In the center, We have one of my ephemera holders. It's loaded with goodies. I believe I showed these in another video. So really, we do have like, oh, I can undo it. And we have a heart. We have a little envelope with a little goodie inside. We have a little notebook that I hand stitched all the pages in. And then we've got a little journaling page. Oh, and we got another page here, a vintage page that you can, it's not vintage, but it's meant to look like one. All kinds of things to write on. So you have plenty of things. If you're a writer, this is the journal for you. You're going to have plenty of things to play with, to look at, to write on. That's in the center. Then we have hand stamped. We've got, I made one of these little goodies. This is from Sampool, and so is this. And so I made that little faux fabric sample. And then we have, this came out of my private stash for something that I've had as a kid for a long time. And then just little bits to write on, you know, so you have all kinds of writing space. Again, this is vintage Italian, antique Italian book page. I think this is from Sampool, or it could even be Ruby and Pearl, I'm not sure. The papers, I think came from Triple V Vintage, the blue, and then some of the other, you know, pages. And then this was another one of those tall tags, tall envelopes. And then this was one of Rachel's pieces here. A little check from her kit. And this is Rachel's as well. You guys saw me make this. I have another one of these envelopes. I'm not going to show it because the person that gets it will get to see what's inside. But it's on one of my hand stenciled pages. And I stenciled that page. This is from one of my kits. One of my digitals. And then we have that. And that. Flip out. We've got one of these. This is made out of that index card. It's nice and hard. But it can be written on. And everything here can be written on. Every single thing you see in this can be written on. Here's a tuck from the envelope from the other side. And this can be written on. Nope, this one can't. Well, yeah, you could write a little bit on it. It was mainly just for fun. Just because it was Italian, and this is Italian and French. Everything in here is Italian and French. Isn't this one of my favorites? Oh, isn't she beautiful? She's got a tall tag. She's also got a postcard that goes inside. And we've got another page. Everything can be written on. This can be written on. I mean, this is really light, so you can write all over it. Then I have a little journaling tag that you can write on the back in a belly van, and then you see the ladies there. They're here, but they're not predominant. I mean, they're throughout the whole thing, but they're not over crazy. Then you have a journaling tag. You guys saw me make these. And then a little decoration there and a little rose. More roses. The theme is kind of roses and ladies. You can write there. You can write there. You got writing all, you know, you can write over this. Hand stamp that. That's hand stenciled. I did a lot of stenciling in this and then stamping, as you could see. But this is definitely, it's decorated, but it's not over decorated. It allows you to write anywhere you want. And then we have this one is in here, and you can write on the back of that. So you could see she's a very full, she's got 100 surfaces to write on. So I think that she's a really lovely book. I'm really proud of her. Lots of handmade things, but I didn't over decorate her. I wanted her to be decorated, but not so crazy that you just couldn't use her, you know. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you're interested in this book, please let me know. Like I said, you can contact me via Etsy, Instagram, or Facebook, and I will be going by timestamp. So if more than one of you contact me, you know, I know who's, I did a terrible job on that. Goodness. I showed you guys how to make these bows, and then I go and make a bad bow. What the heck, right? I've tied this bow so many times, it's crazy. Alrighty, so there she is. There's our big girl. I don't have a name for her. I need a name for her. We'll call her Lady in Blue. Let's call her Lady in Blue. Miss Lady in Blue. So the Lady in Blue is the name of this journal, and she is up for sale immediately. As soon as you see this video, get to me if you are interested in her. It is tough to tie this girl. And then as soon as I go to make the bow, it slips. Can't do it. There she is. And she'll have an extra bow when she's shipping just to make sure. And then 2 little gifts that go with her. So this is what you will get when you purchase Lady in Blue. So thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed this little peek at it. As you know, I'm not great at these flip throughs, but I did the best I could. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. And I will see you all on Merry Monday. And I love you all. Have a fabulous Sunday. And I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.